Temperatures in mainly the 60s for you this morning. Of course, there's always an outlier. We've got Crystal River at 59. I've got St. Petersburg starting at about 73 degrees, but for the most part, nice and comfy in the mid to upper 60s. Our winds will be primarily out of the east again. If you remember, kind of last week when we had that easterly wind, then that sea breeze would take over early in the afternoon, and it would kind of cut down the Tampa temperature a little bit. So, for instance, mid to upper 80s at best for Tampa today, but you get east of I-75, you're going to go right back into the lower 90s and a couple degrees cooler at the coast. I mean, these are very minor differences, but, if you're at Clearwater Beach and then you're going to drive over to Frostproof, yeah, it's going to be a big difference in how it feels. Other than that, pretty quiet week. I got a couple of leftover showers in the Bahamas from that old frontal boundary that came through here, which is just kind of falling apart. And it's really just going to kind of be a mixture of clouds and sun. Many will be near 90 this week, especially the second half of the week. And I think even Tampa's got a shot at being at 90 in the second half of the week as well. This is a map that shows you what's happening in the mid-levels of the atmosphere. And the color you see here is dry. So as we get high pressure to kind of build in a loft, almost like a little heat dome for us, it's just going to be a very hot week. And we'll get those little puffy cumulus clouds every single day, but there'll be a cap to them in just how high they can build. And you'll notice that, and that's, again, the reason it's not going to rain, because they're not going to build high enough for that to happen. There is a front which is moving through the midsection of our country. Now, that will maybe make its way down to the northern part of our state, say across I-10 by the end of the week, and potentially bring us a couple of showers, but that's really about it. It's going to be kind of few and far between. So if you look at the next 5 days for rainfall, I've really got nothing more than perhaps a 20% rain chance. With that said, though, parts of the southeast are going to help their drought out. Look at this. Look at this red color. That's a lot of rain from Jackson, Mississippi, all the way over to Birmingham, even Atlanta, and then even parts of Georgia, where, of course, they had those large fires as well. They're going to get a decent amount of rain over the next week, but yeah, not so much here. But that is typically what happens around here. We do struggle in May to get a lot of rain. And the monthly average rainfall for April is about the same as the monthly average rainfall for May. And then it like triples as we get into June. So we may have a few more weeks to deal with this, folks. Nice and warm, though, for you today, about 87, 88 in Tampa. Warmer inland, couple degrees cooler right at the beaches. Mild, maybe a little bit muggy tonight with a low of about 72 with some 60s inland and north. And then for your Wednesday, I almost said Tuesday because I thought it was Monday, partly cloudy and hot. But how can I not know it's Tuesday? Because Jen and Walter have been telling us it's Taco Tuesday, Cinco de Mayo. 89 degrees for tomorrow, partly cloudy and hot for you. I got an east wind at 5 to 10 knots for boaters today. Seas running a foot or less. Enjoy yourself out there. Be safe. And as we roll through the next 7 days, you're going to start to see those, even those 90s are going to creep up in the Tampa area, but just kind of averaging upper 80s along the coast, lower 90s inland all week long.